We just had a big old loss trade on Northern Star Resources. Are we worried when we don't win on every trade? No way. Do we wish we could time the market perfectly so that every trade was a big winner? Of course we do, but we can't. So in this short video, I'm going to show you why we're not worried and how you can make sure the odds are stacked in your favor in the stock market, even when you do have losing trades. So my name is Shane and I'm one of the systems experts here at Sharewell Systems. So let's jump in, look a bit closer at the chart and this big loser that we just sold off. Now, as you can see on the chart, we bought Northern Star Resources only a couple of weeks ago for our real money public portfolio. It follows a systemized investing process, and when the system gave us a buy, we bought it. It had broken out of the leap timing indicator here and told us to get in. We needed a new position in our portfolio, so we go ahead and buy it. Now, this was a real trade with real money that was there for everyone to see at the time. I mean, why would we tell you about a big loser if it didn't actually happen, right? As you can see, Northern Star was moving forwards. It was doing well. Then all of a sudden, boom, a big leg down. Some of the news on that day had Northern Star ending the year on a high with strong quarterly results. So if you read those articles, you would have thought that it was pretty positive and the share price would have popped up, right? Well, the market didn't like what else was said in the announcement about their financial year 24 looking a bit softer than expected, and the market dumped it, causing the share price to fall, as we can see on the chart here. It's funny how often that happens, isn't it? You know, people tell me all the time how they get caught out thinking the announcement should make the market do one thing, and then it does the complete opposite. It's crazy and it's really confusing, but it happens a lot. It can be one little negative thing in a comment of, all of these positives, and it completely spooks everyone and the share price drops. This is where our exit signal kicks in and we end up selling the stock for a loss. Bummer, right? So do we give up hope and say that timing the market is impossible? No. And do we kick ourselves because we couldn't see the future and we ended up losing because the price went down? Of course not. So let me show you why we're not frustrated and annoyed and why we're not afraid to buy Northern Star next time it comes around with another buy signal. To do that, let's go back a couple of trades. Firstly, we've got this first trade or the last trade we did that ended up being a loser, as I mentioned. The next trade before that, or the prior trade, it was also a lost trade. And you might be thinking now, Shane, this timing thing's a bit of a joke. How can you do it successfully? But if we go back before that, let's look at the trade prior to this one. You can see a different story. This trade from March through to May ended up being a nice little profit. And if we go back to the one before that, from November to February, that was even better, locking in a 28% winner. When put together, both of these winning trades ended up being much bigger than the two losing trades. So overall, we're well ahead. That's why it's important to take a big picture perspective of your portfolio and not get too hung up on any individual winning or losing trade. It's the overall performance of your portfolio over time that you should be focusing on, not any single trade here or there. When you focus on the big picture, it takes out all the pain and the guilt you have from any losing trade, and it keeps your investing much more enjoyable, which is what we want. Your journey should be fun and something that you enjoy, not something that causes you grief and worry as you're going along. We love hearing positive stories and we get lots of people calling in and telling us about their wins and their losses that they've had along the way. So if you've been in Northern Star Resources or some other gold company lately, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear which ones you've been in and how you've gone with them. Now, taking that big picture view in mind some more, if we look back even further in time and delve a little deeper into Northern Star Resources, we can look at all the statistics behind every buy and sell signal that the system has generated over the past 10 years. In that time, we can see that for every time we got a buy signal, we actually won 76% of the time. The system did well during that time. So we win on Northern Star much more often than we lose. In fact, for every 10 trades, just over 7 of them are winners and only 3 are losers. That's pretty good, right? What's even more important is that when we win 7 out of 10 times, the average profit was 22.6%. But when we lost 3 out of 10 times, the average loss was only 10.4%. So with a systemized approach, we win more often and our winners are much larger than our losers in the case of Northern Star Resources here. This is what's known as trading with a positive mathematical edge. Sure, even though we had a loser on the last two trades with Northern Star, due to the system with a positive edge, we're confident that the odds overall are stacked in our favour. And if we keep following the signals over the long term, our portfolio is profitable and we avoid the large losing trades by getting out quickly. So what do we do when we have a losing trade? The same thing we do when we have a big winning trade. We take it in our stride, wait for the next signal, and keep running our portfolio in a cool, calm, and collected way. Anything less would be way too stressful and makes investing in the markets much less enjoyable. Now, as always, this video is for educational purposes only and shouldn't be taken as advice to buy, hold, or sell any particular stock. If you found it useful, make sure to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to keep up to date with more videos and our real money trades within our public portfolio or our other market update and educational videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can send you the latest as they come out. Until next time, we wish you consistent and objective investing. Bye for now.